So many things to get to, claws up and bear down, but we're going to start with my bucket list, because you guys know I've wanted Connor Williams to be a Chicago Bear for months and months and months, ever since the offseason started. Here we are 24 days away from rookies reporting to training camp, and it's a bigger possibility today than it's ever been before. Last night, Drew Rosenhaus, who is the agent for Connor Williams, made updates, and I'm just using Josh Moser as one of the ones that I liked the way that it aesthetically looked. But several people are reporting this. The Connor Williams agent, Drew Rosenhaus, says he will likely be ready for training camp after tearing his ACL in Week 11 last year. He added a deal with the Dolphins is unlikely. That's the big news today. We know the Dolphins signed Aaron Brewer, who was the fourth highest prospect graded free agent this offseason at the center position. Connor Williams is obviously number one, which is one of the biggest reasons we liked him. He said it's unlikely he re-signs with the Dolphins. Williams is looking to play center, not guard, like he did with the Cowboys. It indicates that probably the Dolphins have given some interest in bringing him back, but said they might want to move him back to guard. Well, Connor Williams wants to play center. He's made it well known he wants to be a center in the league. There's rumors that he's not a great snapper. Everything we've looked into with him, I've gone extensively on this channel. He's great at everything, especially run blocking and pass blocking, among the highest in the league. But his snaps weren't bad. Someone mentioned it to me on the channel that go look at his snaps. Other than a couple errant snaps, which is normal for transition, I think he's played 25 games at center from transitioning. He's been among the best in the league. Like, it's not like he's terrible. I wouldn't say he's the best snapper in the league, but with any trade, the more you do it, the better you get, and he hasn't been bad. He's definitely not Lucas Patrick or Cody Whitehair. That's definitely, I mean, he would be a huge upgrade and a very positive thing for us. So you guys know last week on, I think it was Tuesday, I gave you guys this update. It was right when it came out that Connor Williams was healthy again. We were all shocked and surprised, all excited about it. Today, it's even more of a possibility, and places like The Heavy, you see there at the bottom, Bears named landing spot for top free agent as talks heat up. A lot of places are deeming the Bears to be the front runner now with our salary cap and with our clear need. We'll go over this real quick. We've done it several times. Here's the line as it stands. Now, here's the thing to point out, too. So many people within the own Bears media and the narratives, nobody knows, but because an article came out when we traded for Ryan Bates that he was our new center, the Bears never said Ryan Bates was the center. In fact, I was one of the few who caught it, and I said it on here, and so many people overlooked it. The Bears, once they signed Coleman Shelton on their official depth chart, had Coleman Shelton as the starting center. Now, I've pointed that out. Matt Eberflus has said in camp now it's an open competition. And honestly, with Ryan Bates being 2-year contract left and Coleman Shelton on a 1-year contract, I'm not opposed to Ryan Bates being the starting center, because then he can have continuity with Caleb Williams for 2 years at least as he's coming into the league. Well, now with everything happening with Nate Davis, it would be so clean to have this exact situation set up. Center is clearly still our biggest weakness. Now, if Nate Davis is the weakness that we're worried about this offseason, Ryan Bates plugs right in and fills that hole, because Ryan Bates has started an entire and looked really, really good at the guard position. Braxton Jones is only looking better and better, and now a cornhole champion. Boop. He looked awesome last year, even though you hear the rumblings and the rumors. Kieran Amagaji is a great swing tackle. We've improved every position if this is the case. So if this comes to fruition, I honestly believe we're a top 10 offensive line. Maybe that's a little homerish of me. Maybe that's a little too much Bears fandom. But with Connor Williams being healthy week 1, being the second best center in the entire NFL last year, bringing in Ryan Bates, who played very well at guard, and having Nate Davis as a backup guard, probably fighting for his career. If he's got the oomph and the fight in him, fighting to be able to stay as a starting center or a starting guard somewhere in the league next year once the Bears cut him, or trying to fight back for his job if he's got it in him. A lot of Bears fans now doubt that because of what they're hearing and seeing. Guys, I can't even profess to know what Nate Davis went through last year. I was disappointed when I heard he was not participating so far this year, but he was there. So I'm going to continue to give the benefit of the doubt, but I like the idea of Ryan Bates and Nate Davis in competition for the guard position. Now, I didn't put Ja'Tyre Carter on here. I've never been a huge fan of Ja'Tyre Carter. Other content creators have been, and the numbers don't look bad. I just didn't like what I saw on tape with his play. But really, that's not a bad fourth option at guard either. To have Tevin Jenkins, Ryan Bates, Nate Davis, and Jatari Carter, then to have Braxton Jones, Darnell Wright, Kieran Amagaji, and Matt Pryor, and to have Connor Williams and Coleman Shelton with Ryan Bates as an emergency third center. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. So this is what I'm hoping for at this point. We've gone over all this stuff. I just wanted to show that it's possible. So here's Ryan Bates, his snaps. If you look, his center position, he had one game really in 2021. Couple games in 2022, but really started the entire year at 2022 at right guard, which is where we would slot him into if Nate Davis doesn't get his crap together. So it would be a perfect fit scenario. And then center, 35 snaps last year. It's not enough to really, but he had a great grade last year because 35 snaps is 35 snaps. But to me, this is awesome news from Drew Rosenhaus that he's not likely to end up with the Dolphins, which leads many places to say the Bears are the front runner to land Connor Williams. Guys, I will be freaking out if it happens. So excited. I'll update you as soon as we know more on this. Until next time, claws up, bear down, and thanks as always for tuning in.